stream in the evening shade and meditate on the works He's made. Great God, our sovereign Lord. Join us now, the meadow is green, and the waters pure, and the woods serene, and the flowing air is fresh and clean, where God His blessings pour. Feel the wind come down, hear a whistle as it goes, it brings us song, it brings us a blessing from above. And the sun comes up, and the sun goes down, and the sun comes and the sun comes round, and the sun goes down in witness to His love. Hear now, ye sons of men, for danger lurks in this great garden. The Lord will visit once again to see what we have done. As God is the shepherd and we are the sheep, we our Mother Earth must keep, maintain the air, protect the deep. At Judgment Day He'll come. See the Lord come down, hear a whistle as He goes. He bears us all down as He goes. Remember all His power. See the Lord come down, face shining bright, His witness is shine bright and bright. You will regret that hour. So now, my people, beware, you're in charge of the seas and the earth and the air. You better take extraordinary care of the earth, our only home. All glory be to God on high. Shout praises loudly to the sky. Listen to the earth and hear her cry, and in heaven forever roam.
Nice job, everybody. Good thing I got long legs. That went quicker than I thought. Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice job. Well done. Well done. Thank you both. Very nice, everybody. Ready for a little fun together for the next, how long do we have? A little-
20-ish,
All right,
yeah.
Sweet. Can do. I'm going to borrow the music.
It's a little wobbly. Let me know if you need a different one.
I have plenty of wobblers at school. This will be just fine. Anyway, my name's Nate Robbie. I teach at Hutchinson High School. Also live in town there, and I've been out here the last few years. If you remember, just the tall guy. That's hi again. If any of you've seen me before, I always love coming out here. It's super fun. I love just seeing this big choir. I love it. Just to keep on coming. I was like, when does the choir end? And you just keep coming, and that's fantastic. It's a testament to you. Awesome. So, what I like to preface when I do a clinic like this is, I literally just got to see you this one time just now. I don't get to see the start of your rehearsal process, the middle. I just get to see this one window of time. So, take anything you seem helpful with you, but if I say something and you're just like, we hear that all the time, or we already do that, or like, we don't like that, totally fine. All right, so let's play around for a little bit. Now, I know we're pretty packed on the risers, but can we have all the rows just come all the way out to the ends there without falling off, obviously, just to give yourselves a tiny bit more wiggle room. With the big choir, that's one of those where you're like, oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. There we go. Good. Now, just to keep this simple, because there's so many of you, how did you feel that your performance just went in general? Can you give me a thumbs up, a sideways? You can't do down, because there's no way you could back that up. Awesome. Very good. Yeah, really fantastic, and a nice combination of tunes, which is awesome. I think maybe I'll go through just a couple of comments, and then we're just going to dig in and sing and try some stuff. Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, so first of all, I really liked the tone. Starting with the basses and their low voice, they're no, I'm not a bass, so I'll have to fake a bass whenever I like sing a little bit of that. Basses, you up there in the back? Sweet. Yeah, nice job setting the tone, literally, right? And then tenors, you come in and build in, and what's tough about a piece like this is when you're in the extreme of your range, it can be hard to find that kind of really warm, kind of money tone. But you found that in every section that came in after that, did that really nicely. So good on you for that. Be careful in this one, because there's like, especially sopranos, you gotta go up into the stratosphere sometimes. Anytime you have a passage that ascends in this tune, be careful to not let it kind of clench down and keep things a little taller, a little open. We'll play around with that here in a minute. Good intensity in the beginning, the opening couple of pages. This piece should just bum bum ba ba da 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 da. That intensity just went away at times occasionally. You were able to do a nice job of bringing the attention back in with these really stark dynamic changes, which is awesome, but the intensity is really tough to maintain throughout when you're loud, soft, and everything in between. Great blend between sections. In a choir that's this big, excuse me, I've had just gunk in my throat all morning. One thing that can be tough in a bigger ensemble is making sure that all of you are really listening to not just each other in your sections, but the whole group. You do a really nice job of that in this tune and the other one. The blend is really fantastic between, and the balance between sections for that matter. And then my last little main thing we'll kind of look at today is just keeping the diction crisp throughout. This one requires us to do diction in a way that's very unnatural for just normal speaking. Like even as I'm talking to you, I'm not over enunciating. This piece requires that you do that the entire time. And it's very exhausting to do that. So without further ado, can we start this thing? And can you just keep just the word intensity? Can you just channel whatever that means to you and just let that show through? How about, is this about the tempo?
Just a tick faster.
A little faster? Even better. All right, can we get a fresh B flat? Thank you. 2, 3, and.
Come now and gather in the glade where the emeralds stream in the evening shade, and meditate on the works he's made, great God, our sovereign Lord. Join us now, the meadow is green, and the water's pure, and the wood's serene, and the flowing
you gotta be ready, right? You've been chilling this whole time.
God his blessings pour. Feel the wind come down, hear the whistle as it goes, it brings us all, it brings us all, it goes.
already just from me being like, hey, intensity, you're like, okay, here we go, right? Yeah, but it takes more than you almost are used to. It requires so much to do that. Good, I like that. And every section coming in was just right there. Now, another thing to add to this, which is challenging, is can you now look more like how you're singing? Does it make sense when I say that?
Yeah.
The way you sound does not match. Right, now I'm generalizing, right? Not everybody's just, but this is tough. Remember, obviously there's not a lot of people watching me today, so it's a little tougher to imagine, right? But I'm here, and I see you, right? So now, can we match? Again, match on your face the way that you sound. And if you feel a little goofy, you're probably doing just enough. All right? Yeah. Corey, so if you feel silly, you're probably doing something right. This is basically what I found over here. We get a fresh B flat.
Come now and gather in the glade where the emerald stream in the evening shade, and meditate on the works he's made, great God, our sovereign Lord. Join us now, the meadow is green, and the water's pure, and the wood's serene, and the flowing air is fresh and clean, where God his blessings pour. See the wind come down, hear it whistle as it goes, it brings us sun, it brings us snow, it goes, a blessing from above.
That's a good start. We'll say that, yeah? This is a tough one because it really does. Well, the best thing I could do right now is if I had a giant mirror and you all just had to be like, oh, I thought I was doing this, but I'm just kind of doing that, right? And the whole point of adding in this element of facial expression is, well, obviously you're seen by the audience, but also you're in this piece, even though it has this kind of really intense kind of vibe to it, you're still trying to be inviting here, right? Join us now in the meadow, right? Feel the wind come down. You're really inviting the singer into to join you. So let's try this. I know that I'm a stranger, right? I'm just showing up, working with you, and you're like, who is this guy? We've never met him before. It's crazy. Can you now, for this opening, can you look at each other? Okay. Now, hold on. Let's take. Yeah. Let me. That was awesome. Now, you don't have to turn to the person next to you. What I mean is, even when you're not singing sopranos, altos, I want you to be kind of scanning and make eye contact with different singers in the room. So I'm not going to you know what I mean? You don't have to lock on to one singer. But look at each other's faces. You can kind of look within the section as the tenors come in. So everybody be looking at each other. And if you see somebody who's not doing much here, would you use your face to invite them to do what you are doing? And let's see if that works. Because you all know each other much better than I know you, so this might be a little easier in that regard. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and
Come
look at each
now,
other.
gather in the glade where the emerald stream in the evening shade,
around. Yep.
and meditate on the works he's made, great God, our sovereign Lord. Join us now, the meadow is green, and the water's pure, and the wood's serene, and the flowing air is fresh and clean, where God his blessings pour. Feel the wind come down, hear it whistle as it goes, it brings us sun, it brings us snow, it goes, a blessing from above.
All right, different vibe that time. You can face this way, right? Something to play around with. I don't know what your choir room looks like, but a lot of times I like to have my singers just get in circles and face each other, even though it's kind of like, ooh, we have to do that. Before long, like many of you just completely changed the way you held your bodies. There were some smiles, and it just felt much more welcoming. Before, that didn't mean it didn't sound welcoming necessarily, but this definitely looks more welcoming, and it makes this piece a little bit more inviting for the audience. So something to play around with. I always like to have my singers sing to each other, even though I have my top ensemble at 7:30 in the morning every day. So yeah, all of a sudden I'm like, hey, face each other, and they're like, I'm tired. I can't do it. Let's go to a different section, shall we? Could we go to? So this is towards the end. This is measure 65. So now my people beware when the seas and the earth and the air. Does everyone know where we're starting? Can we start there? I love your intensity and the softness of this was super, super cool. So can we start there? Thank you.
Beware, you're in charge of the seas and the earth and the air. You better take extraordinary care of the earth, our only home.
Forte!
All glory be to God on high, shout praises.
Yeah. Okay, so now, why did I stop you? Here's the thing. As the big ensemble, it is super impressive how soft you get on that piano, right? And it's one of those things where you're never quite sure how soft a choir can get, especially when they've got 80 plus singers in the room. It is super impressive how like soft you get it. But then when that forte comes, when you've got 80 plus people, you got to deliver the oomph. Yeah? Can everyone say oomph? Oh, aha! Aha! I am a singer!
I am a singer.
That sounds like kind of a church where like, I'm a singer. Can you go, aha! Aha! Hooray! Hooray! Huzzah! Huzzah! That's better. Now, when we get to that point, when you do that, when you're projecting your sound, it's not just a aha, hooray, huzzah, right? You're connecting sound to your core, and you're sending your sound out. Can you just let your sound out? And one thing here, when we're just playing around, practicing things, if your voice happens to squeak, squawk, or do something else, especially like tenors, basses too at this age, like if your voice just kind of goes, then you know not to do it that much, right? So don't worry, if something happens and goes goofy, that's fine. But I want you to just let some sound out. Alrighty, back at the soft part, and then when it's time to hit forte, send that sound way, way up yonder. It's like that energy is bubbling underneath, and it's just ready to be released.
All glory be to God on high. Shout praises loudly to the sky. Listen to the earth and hear her cry. And in heaven forever roll.
Okay, better. Can we go right to the forte part on the all glory be to God on high? We're doing this two ways. Can everyone take a hand, put it right on your sternum. Okay, can everyone say sternum? Sternum. This is my sternum. This is my sternum. Okay, I want your sound to feel like it's originating from here. So it's going to be a little shallow. It's going to be a little bit more contained than normally. Sing right from your palm of your hand, right on your sternum. Yeah? Can we get that forte? Here we go. 2, ready, and all glory be to God on high. Everyone know where we're starting? Yeah. Right on the all glory be. 1, 2, 1, and 2.
All glory be to God on high. Shout praises loudly to the sky. Listen to the earth and hear her cry.
Good. Take hand, move here. Now say, in my belly.
In my belly.
Ooh. Yes. Now, when you start at the same place, but now your sound's not originating from here, it's all of a sudden being attached to down here. Yeah? Same place, please? Here we go. All, 1, 2, ready, and
all glory be to God on high. Shout praises loudly to the sky. Listen to the earth and hear her cry. And in heaven forever roll.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, change it. You put your hands down. Good. Thank you for that. So something to play around with. This ultimately is an oversimplification of just supporting your sound, which is a coordination of all your intercostal muscles in your ribs, but all your core abdominal muscles that aren't just in front, but make a full cylinder around your body. So play around with that a little bit more because you can hear the potential for that sound to go even more and even more. It's super cool. So yeah, play around with that. Sounds really nice. I think for time's sake, we should go to Omnia Sol. Yeah? Can everyone do 3 knee bends? I know this is a lot of standing.
Do you mind if I turn the lights? Switch the lights?
Oh yeah.
I don't want anybody to knock over.
Yeah, sounds good. I suppose, yes, lights are just like.
It's just a little longer than they're used to.
Yeah, for sure. I get it. All right. Let's. I know this is a long time to stand and do all the. I get it. We can just. At least these robes are not. When I was in college, we had velvet robes, like crushed velvet. The worst. They look cool, but like these look cool too. And they're warm, but they're not. Like, you imagine singing an hour and a half with velvet robe? It was gross. Anyway, Omnia Sol, everybody. A couple of comments here, then we'll dig in a little bit. The first comment I wrote was lovely tone, blend, and balance, just throughout the tune. So just really well developed sense of ensemble and each other. Really, really great. I also thought your sensitivity to the text and the legato and rise and fall of each phrase was really, really well done. sometimes in pieces like this, we get some of the more obvious phrases and some of the lesser ones just kind of plateau. But each one here, every time you sang, you started, it sounded like you had a direction you were going to, you arrived, and then you started at a new, and it just kept taking me along for a journey. So kudos to you for doing that. That's not easy to do with a big group like this and to just do throughout. I thought that was really cool. One little thing we'll work on a bit as we go is I wrote this down as keep energy between the short notes. So there's passages where you have a lot of eighth notes and all of a sudden a quarter, dotted quarter, a half note. Those eighth notes are a little easier to naturally move along, but when you have a longer note, we've got to know whether it's going to grow into the next group of notes or it's going to decay. Sometimes if it just plateaus, just that one note, it can just kind of take that phrase from really realizing what it could have been. So that's just a small, tiny little detail thing. That's there. I thought the diction was really nice throughout. Really kept it crisp, especially when there's multiple layers and weaving in and out of parts. I thought that was really, really cool. I thought the last page, we'll work on the last page here in a minute. We'll look at a couple things, but I just wrote the fortissimo on the last page just to go for it. And that connects to what we were just doing, right? Being comfortable, supporting, opening that sound up. But I loved the way this ending works in this piece is where everybody is singing unison together. And it was so compelling to have all of you just focusing on that one singular note together, doing the B stayed and then that last B stayed. What a wonderful way to end the tune. So let's dig into a little bit of this, shall we? Tenors, basses. Let's start at the beginning. Let's keep this simple. I might shout out a few things as we go, but I love this intro. Somewhere far from nowhere, I grew both strong and tall. Immediately for me, I grew up in a small town, and then this is almost like saying there's people who grow up then, out in the country or in even smaller towns, just somewhere far from nowhere. I just love the idea of like how out and about that is. Can we start maybe, 2 bars before? Is that all right? Ready?
Somewhere far from nowhere, I grew both strong and tall.
We'll try to get even more sensitive, but even more supported. Imagine singing forte, but it's soft. Right when they enter. Ready?
Somewhere far from
Yeah.
nowhere, I grew both strong and tall, longing to become,
But what?
knowing not the past.
Guys, that's what we go for now. Footprints of what? Did what?
One last embrace before I cross the threshold.
Round yourselves. I love that, Christian. That was great before and it was great now. That's just so compelling. How many of you are seniors in here? Put a paw in there. Okay, right? If this doesn't connect to you here, one last embrace before I cross the threshold, it will a few months from now. Right? Whether you're going to go to work, you're going to go to school, you're going to go do this training, this type of thing, life is going to change, right? And that one last embrace before I cross the threshold, that means like before I walk out this door for the last time, right? Because you do have a time when you last set foot in this room, in the choir room, in the school. And whether or not your high school experience is yay or nay, you will look back when you're old like me and be like, oh, there were still good times. There were still things I remember. There was music I made with my singing friends. There were friends I had at lunch, this and that. Yeah.
We actually do sing this at graduation.
Perfect. There you go. Right? So it's cool you'll get to sing this again. But anyway, even for those of you who are not seniors, it won't be long and you'll be old and graduating. Right? Life has a funny way of getting faster and faster. Can we start at one last embrace? And can you think of the last time you just had to say goodbye to a buddy, to a friend, to a loved one, to something? That one last embrace, it doesn't need to be like that someone died. It doesn't have to be that. It can be. But something that compels you on this one last embrace to really enjoy that moment. Because sometimes life moves so fast and we get in such routines that we forget that we don't always know when that last hug is, or we don't know when that last time together as this ensemble is going to be. Yeah? We start right on that, please. One last embrace, ready?
Last embrace before I cross the threshold to thy grace. Oh, stay your soul and leave my heart its song.
That's a dotted quarter that I'm talking about right there. Oh, stay your soul and leave my is the most beautiful setup, but then heart its song, heart its song. Can you let heart be that arrival and just let it overwhelm? If we can say that. We go red 15 there. Oh, stay. 4 and
Oh, stay your soul and leave my heart its song. Oh, stay your hand, the journey may be long. And let me part, and sorrow can't be swayed. Remember when, and let your heart be stayed.
how many of you felt a little something while you're singing that? Yeah, oh man, my heart is like racing right now. I'm getting those little goosebumps and things. That's awesome. The fact that kudos to all of you for letting an odd, just a random dude come in here and just make music like that and being willing to do that. I do judge quite a bit, and not all choirs are just so open to just trying stuff, and especially in the moment where I'm just kind of shouting at you, right? But you're responding so beautifully to that, and if you feel these are just like tiny little moments that you are creating the opportunities for those moments to happen. You just have to make them happen every single time. Just this a little swell on the word heart can be the difference between like, man, great performance, but also the difference between someone saying like, holy cow, you know what I mean? It's really, really, really beautiful. How am I in time? Do we have a couple minutes? And we're over?
We're.
Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry, they're
No.
hungry.
Oh gosh, yes, sorry. Hey, anyway, sorry, when I get into it, man, I can just do this for a long old time. Thanks so much for working with me. Very well prepared. Thank you to you for inviting me as well. If anyone's singing in solo ensemble today, you might see me later. I'll be sticking around. So thanks so much. You're great to work with. Really appreciate it.
So much. Guys, I'm going to be in my choir room at 12:20 is the next time I will go in. When I go into my choir room at 12:20, it needs to be fully reset. Thank you, Erica. You may go. Thank you so
I hope that was
much.
all right.
No, it was so great, and I would have loved to stay with you for another hour.
Sure. That's why what's this?
I know.
No, they gotta eat. I get it. This food has gotta-
Well, and then today is such a weird day. We were just at 12:30
Yeah, I
for
saw
contest, and so it's like this whole day is so weird, and so I had kids coming to me all day. Mason, you can go back to your spot. Thank you.
Why?
And they're like, well, you're really supposed to be with them. Okay, fine. Your guess is as good as mine.
Right. Do they have like a condensed like,
And they have 8 periods today.
oh,
Yeah, so they're out. We usually see them for the 6th period for band and choir, kind of a little each split thing. And right now is 8th and 9th period. The 9th period just got done
so what are what's like 25 minutes of class or something?
today. Yeah, today was. How long were minute classes today? 27.
27? Okay.